All eyes on Co-op Field tonight in Saskatoon. Two of the top teams in the NLL meet up as the Saskatchewan Rush and Colorado Mammoth will battle it out for top spot in the league. Good evening, it's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. Now, the top of the standings is incredibly tight right now. Saskatchewan and Colorado with the win. Going into next week, the final week of the season, would sit in first place.
And that's exactly where you want to be. Home floor so important in the playoffs in this league. Tonight's victor sitting in first. Well, depending on the rest of the night's action, the loser could fall all the way down to fourth. Of course, the top four teams get the first round home floor advantage, while the bottom others have to go on the road, and that's what you're trying to avoid, of course.
Huge news, though, to kick this one off. Andrew Q not available. He's on the IR for Colorado. Look to Jack Hanna to have a big game filling his shoes.
Well, he's going to have to. And I mean, those Q shoes are huge to fill. He leads the league with 45 goals, but instead Colorado is going to be leaning on their other shiny new toy picked up midway through the season from Vegas, that being Mr. Jack Hanna, or Air Hanna as they call him, as he's flying through the air there in a couple of highlight reel goals. He's got 20 on the season, 71 points. Colorado, though, most importantly, 9-1 when he gets on the board with a goal, Cody.
You got to look to Saskatchewan on how they're going to defend him and Will Malcolm, and that's Matt Hossack, who was last year's Defender of the Year, and he's one of the best once again.
Yeah, very physical defender. He's third in the league in caused turnovers with 29 coming into tonight. He's got the hardware to back it up, and he is just tough to play against. And an underrated part of his game as well, Cody, on top of the toughness, on top of the great D, he can also run the floor in transition. Matt Hossack does it all, and he's going to need to do it all tonight, trying to shut down this dangerous Mammoth team.
Oh, the Rush-Mammoth rivalry. This runs deep.
Yes, it certainly does, but lately it's been all for the guys in green. Head-to-head 23-6. Meanwhile, here in Saskatchewan, the home team is 14-2 against the Mammoth, including 7 of the last 8 meetings. Cody, we are in for a treat tonight.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting netminders. For the Colorado Mammoth goes Dylan Ward, the Orangeville product, 4th in the NLL, save percentage at .812, 10-4 on the season. Goals against average, a hair over 10, 6-23 though in his career versus Saskatchewan. 200 feet down the floor from him, it's Frank Chiliato, the Coquitlam product, 11-4 in the season, 9.24 goals against average. That's second best in the NLL, 7.97 in the save percentage category, 24-16 against the Mammoth in his career. It's two veterans dueling it out with first place in the NLL on the line heading into the final week of the season. Good evening, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. At the dot this evening, Jake Naso, 66% for Saskatchewan. Nat Pilato for Colorado, 58%. For the Massachusetts product, ref is ready, ball is down, and we are underway on Co-op Field. Saskatchewan in their home green, black shoulders, white trim, going right to left on your TV screen. The Mammoths in their road white. Scrum off the draw. Pilato's got the loose ball, and the Mammoth offense jumps on the floor first. We touched on the pregame show, no Andrew Q. Expect the ball to run through that man, Will Malcolm and Jack Hanna, a lot this evening. Malcolm swings it over to Hanna. Traded from Vegas earlier this season, and now we've got an early call, and it's going to be a holding the stick penalty on Dylan McIntosh, and Saskatchewan is going to the power play.
Definitely not the kind of penalty you want to take while you're that far from your own net. Seeing a holding the stick penalty in the offensive zone is rare, and you know
Colorado penalty, holding the stick.
McIntosh is going to hear it from the coaching staff when he comes back. Rare we see a penalty so quickly into this one, but we do see the hand go on the stick of the defender, and that brings the Rush to the power play.
Robert Church is up top, passes it for Mans. Brock Haley's in the other shooter spot. Keenan crease side, back for Austin Shanks. Haley to Shanks. Little step down, Church up top. Haley, big wind up, trying to go low. That's a right hand saved by Dylan Ward. His first of the game. Reset comes for Saskatchewan. Still on the power play. Church now goes up top. He'll try and go high to the glove side. Ward with the save, and this is just swatted down by Warren Jeffrey. Frank Chiliano will come out to stop it, and the Rush are getting a third opportunity on this power play, and they've only used 40 seconds of it. Mans jogs it in. Keenan's going to play crease side. Church up top again, righty strong look. Shanks, little room to walk out in front. Now he passes it. Brock, Haley, big wind up. Back for Shanks, and Ward gone over there with a big stop going left to right.
How many times have you seen that, Cody? The lateral movement of Dylan Ward is amongst the best in the world. Moving to his right to come up with a big save there and keep this one scoreless.
Malcolm now short-handed, running on the wrong side of the floor. They'll be able to kill off the next 12 seconds here. Braun trying to set a pick. Sarnes is there, and then the ball's knocked out of his stick. Adam G, he's just going to knock it back as the shot clock resets.
Allows his team to get reset, get the fresh bodies out, and get the power play specialists here. Coming into this one, Saskatchewan on the power play, third in the league at 52%.
Lefty strong look this time. Clark Walter moves crease side. Brock Haley sits this rep up. Ryan Keenan's up top now. Captain of the Rush. Team leader in goals and points. Church pushed back. 7 to shoot. Church now walks in. Ward makes a save with that left pad, and it's pushed into the crease.
You mentioned it, Cody. Keenan leads the team in goals and points, but has been slow of late. Only 4 in his past 4 games.
Mammoth will get the penalty kill, and they're back to even strength as Dylan McIntosh is out of the sin bin. Now penalty kill 54% on the season. McIntosh now sets the pick. Trying to open up a little bit of room inside. Hannah's shot goes to the corner. 5 on the shot clock. McIntosh has it knocked away by Ryan Barnable, and then it's booted down by Stevens. Heck of a play right there by Ari Stevens to kick it the length of the floor.
If he was a punter, it's the old coffin corner punt, if you will, by Stevens. I think the NFL team might want to sign him up.
Josh Zawada, his first shift of the game, goes wide, rolls around, it's behind Ward, he falls back on it, and it stays in front of the goal line. Other way, it's a 2-on-1. Malcolm on a breakaway. Will Malcolm to open the scoring, and he's stopped by Chiliano.
Great save, Chiliano. Great awareness by Malcolm, finding a soft spot on the Rush D in transition. The Rush defender was too busy being focused on the ball carrier. Malcolm snuck in behind, but Chiliano, an incredible save.
Keenan now, Walter sets the pick. Back for Zawada. Keenan now's the defender as the stick knocked out of his hands, and Colorado got called on that early, as does Saskatchewan, and now it's the Mammoth power play going to work.
So clearly the officials are saying, don't grab the sticks. We're not going to let you get away with that at all tonight.
Saskatchewan minor penalty, 2 minutes holding the stick.
I know that was a point of emphasis in the offseason for the officials 1 year ago, Cody. You wonder if there maybe wasn't a memo to tell the guys, hey, tighten up on this. We've already seen a couple sticks fly, and we're going to see now Colorado special teams go to work.
Mammoth, 48% on the power play this season. Jack Hanna's up top. Will Malcolm and Dylan McIntosh are in the shooter spots. Cross for Malcolm, 5 holes, scores. Colorado strikes first on the power play.
We talked about it pregame. We talked about it as this one got going, Cody, that Will Malcolm was going to need to step up with the absence of Q. Colorado only 3 lefty forwards dressed well. One of them's Will Malcolm. You got yourself a pretty good situation. A lot of crisp passing there. You can almost see the Rush defense overcommit there on Hannah. As you know, he's going to be the focus with Q out. Instead, Malcolm able to sneak on in. That's twice he's been sneaky. He's like in a ninja tonight so far, Cody. And Malcolm takes advantage and goes betwixt the legs of Chiliano. And for a building that has haunted this Mammoth team, this is how you want to start.
33rd goal of the season for Will Malcolm, 77th point. Pride of New West, British Columbia. Naso battling for the loose ball as there is an absolute mess of bodies. Bobby Kidd III throws a hit. Warren Jeffrey gets the loose ball, and they give him the reset.
Big hit by Bobby Kidd III. Not something we usually see from the young man, but throwing his body around early in this one. As you know, in this first place battle, both teams are fired up.
Malcolm now Free lane inside, and he scores. Double it up. Will Malcolm has a pair.
Andrew Q. Hugh. I can't say that 10 times fast, Cody, but instead Will Malcolm has come to play early on in this one. He managed to get around. We talked about this matchup with Q out, that Matt Hosick is going to see a lot of Will Malcolm, and Will Malcolm so far has been getting the better of the Rush's star defender, this time just blowing by him and going in on goal there. Nobody else picks him up, and now Malcolm 2, the Rush, nothing.
That looked like a communication issue where Hosick was expecting Bobby Kidd III to slide down, and clearly they got crossed up, and Will Malcolm makes him pay. It's his 34th of the season for the 7th-year pro. Jacksonville alumni. Face-off win for Naso, his first of the game, and Garlett sends the outlet pass for Matt Accioni. Austin Shanks off the bench. He'll wait for some help. Rush got themselves in trouble with a penalty that was capitalized by the Mammoth, and then they added a 5-on-5 goal. Up by a pair inside. Robert Church goes behind the back, and that's a kick saved by Dylan Ward, who's got an 808 save percentage versus Saskatchewan in his career, despite only having 5 regular season wins against this Sask team. Malcolm on natural hat trick watch for 33 and white. Jack Hanna. Cyrus back over to Malcolm, was wanting to pass it inside. Swim move around Bobby Kidd III, and he bounces it out of play.
Will Malcolm ate a healthy breakfast this morning, the way he's moving around out there, Cody. He's buzzing.
2 goals for the former second-round pick. Malcolm has the Mammoth up by 2.
Welcome back to Caulfield and SaskTel Center, where the Mammoth have got 2 up on the Rush, and playoff positioning is on everyone's mind, including this very important aspect, which is taking that top seed spot. Colorado Mammoth coach Patrick Coyle, he told me that it's not just good for the team, it's good for the whole organization if you're able to play as many playoff games as possible. It's great for the success of the team, it's great financially, but of course it's great for the fans, so they're hoping to bring as many of those playoff games to the Loud House as possible. On the other side, the Saskatchewan Rush, obviously they're happier at home, they're 6-1, they say they like the restaurants, they've got their fans, but there's also one aspect of taking that top seed that's on Coach Derek Keenan's mind, which is the fact that they didn't get that spot last year. They played the championship finals, 1 game here in Saskatchewan, which they won, and they lost both those games in Buffalo. So you can say that this team is keenly aware of the value of top seed.
Thanks a bunch, Heather, and yes, I would agree. I almost would like to think, and you can call me a bit of a homer, I think maybe we see a different outcome in last year's finals if 2 games are at SaskTel Center.
Brock Haley up top. Rush offense goes to work. Robert Church now. Rolling to the middle, man sets the seal on 2 defenders right there. Church opts not to shoot. Austin Shanks now. 10 goals in 2 games versus Colorado last season. Church a little fadeaway, try to pull it short side. Dylan Ward, when he's able to challenge, takes away a lot of net. You have to go by his feet if you want to beat him at that angle. And now the scrum sees the ball pop out to Robert Hope.
Another thing Ward likes to do, come out and set that little bit of a pick as the guys are trying to pursue the defenders in transition. Just causes a bit of a delay, which allows his squad mates to get out cleanly.
Veteran move right there. Here's Malcolm. He's got the first 2 in the contest for Colorado. Malcolm bucktooth. Pass got knocked down by Matt Hosick. 5 on the shot clock. Malcolm now from distance. Bounces that one off the end boards. Jack Hanna tipped it, and Messenger is going to run up the floor. He's got Holden Garland with him. Messenger sets the hard pick there. He's going to be careful as he's got a stick up on Ari Stevens. Now the offense jumps out there. Zach Mance jogs left.
The 6'3" Ari Stevens, he's not backing down to anybody, even a tough guy like Messenger.
Shanks for Mance, who's in the corner. Now it's Austin Shanks up top. Whitby, Ontario products. Mance trying to go low to high. Save is made, but an illegal pick is called.
Another big save there by Ward. You can tell the familiarity he has with a lot of these Rush shooters. You've seen them over and over again, especially back in the conference play days. he knows them. He knows how to stop them. He knows where they're looking. So great matchup here tonight.
Backdoor feed for Ron, and he whips that one off the post. The righty caught it on the wrong side there, and still got a pretty good shot off. Frank Chiliano saved by the red pipe, and the Rush remain down 2.
And the Rush back on their heels. They've lost 4 of their last 5 contests, and now Colorado looking like the better of the 2 clubs early in this one, Cody.
Robert Church now got to the middle. That one is going to buzz the tower. And Hope has it again in the crease. Looking for the outlet pass. They won't get anything in transition, so they'll slow it down. The Rush have had the better of Dylan Ward of late. His last 4 games against Sask, a save percentage under 770. Here's Dylan McIntosh inside, airborne, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Mammoth.
McIntosh goes out and totally redeems himself, taking an early penalty in this one that looked like it was going to shift momentum in Sask's favor. It does not, and now he's able to go out and get some redemption. Now at least you can go back and say, hey, coach, I might have made the boo-boo on the penalty, but check out this goal. Just a little feed there from Malcolm. He goes airborne, horizontal, goes down at the legs of Chiliano, where a lot of teams have been attacking lately, is down on that feet area of Frank Chiliano. And now Dylan McIntosh has his 24th of the season. Another one of those absolute dangerous righties here for Colorado.
Another huge pickup as well, as he was with Vancouver before. Now Connor McClellan knocked off the ball, and Pilato is doing a phenomenal job at the Don. Only 58% coming into this game, but he's got 3 face-off wins already for the Mammoth, as Will Malcolm holds it on the logo. Bucktooth out there with Ron to set the pick. Malcolm, little flip back. Bucktooth goes low. Save made by Chiliano. Ron has the rebound. Couple of 21-year-olds out there, and Bucktooth and Ron, as Hannah spins up top. Malcolm, one-on-one, got past Accioni, got a shot around Garland, but Chiliano scoops it up.
Malcolm just keeps putting Rush defenders in a blender there. Screenshot after stepping past his man. Malcolm's having a game.
Clark Walter in the lineup for Levi Anderson tonight. Anderson and Virch are the scratches for Sask. It's Garrison and Grennan for Colorado. Aaron Pass ends up in the corner. Walter up top. Haley fires. Ward again out to challenge. Makes the save.
And with their team struggling to score goals of late, a little bit of a change here is now we're seeing more of Brock Haley up on top on these offensive sets here for Saskatchewan, Cody.
Haley's got 2+ points in his last 4 games. Bucktooth, top of Sars. 24-year-old out of Burlington. Bucktooth back for McIntosh. Got picked off by Boudreau, and now he wants to run. Jake Boudreau has Barnable up the floor. Boudreau drops it. Barnable opts out of taking it. Great defense right there by Connor Cook. Former Calgary Mountie star defender just lays a licking on Ryan Barnable. Now Zach Mans will cut to the middle. Walter right through everyone. Takes a shot. Ball still bounces down there. Boudreau trying to scoop up the loose ball. Got thrown to the turf. And the Mammoth recover the rock.
An early look there. Colorado's very aware of Saskatchewan's transition attack. Great reverse transition. They know that Boudreau's going to run it, and to get the bodies out on the floor to deal with it in a hurry, Cody.
Malcolm just had another partial breakaway. He has caught the Rush defense off guard multiple times in this one, and could probably have 4+ already in the game, as Ryan Keenan looks for a response from Saskatchewan's side. Feeds Zach Mans, twister denied by Ward. Stevens now on a partial break, rips that one off the end glass, got the crossbar and jumped straight in the air. Gillis sends the loose ball, and Hope holds it in the neutral zone. Jack Hanna's out there, and now the forwards find the floor. Ron cutting through the middle. Hanna's over the top. 5 on the shot clock. Chester, that shot got blocked by Kidd the third. Ron was trying to pick up the loose ball, but the shot clock expires on him. Dylan McIntosh has the latest, and it's an absolute dandy. Goes airborne to make it 3-0 Colorado. The NLL's March to May is brought to you by STX Lacrosse and Nike Lacrosse, the official equipment providers of the NLL. And by TFL Sports. Collect the stars of the National Lacrosse League with officially licensed trading cards and sticker albums. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL. The Week 3 UFL schedule continues tomorrow on ABC and the ESPN app. The Columbus Aviators and the undefeated Dallas Renegades at noon Eastern Time. Then the Birmingham Stallions and St. Louis Battlehawks, both 1-1 on the season, do battle.
Can't wait, Cody. All football is good football. I'm going to be on my couch after this one, recovering tomorrow, if you will, catching me some UFL.
So many sports on a Sunday. You gotta love springtime. The Rush offense are on the floor. Zach Mans has the ball. Mammoth up 3-0, and this one goes through the strings of Zach Mans' stick and into row 10.
That's just kind of the stretch it's been and kind of the start it's been for Saskatchewan. A wide open pass look, and instead it ends up as a souvenir in row 10.
McIntosh for Malcolm. He's on hat-trick watch already. Open the scoring on the power play, followed it up with a 5-on-5 marker. Jack Hanna now tries a nifty little flip inside, and it's picked off by Holden Garland. Up the floor is Boudreau. Barnable as well. Boudreau now, good reverse transition, and Jack Hanna gives him a healthy whack on the arm. Inside, Barnable down the middle, denied by Ward. Shanks one hand on his stick trying to pick up that loose ball. Warren Jeffrey outmans him for it, and Colorado's defense has been suffocating early on.
Oh, they've been great outside of when they were shorthanded. Saskatchewan not getting any clean looks at Dylan Ward, and when they do manage to get one, well, it's Dylan Ward. You're not going to beat him easily.
Bucktooth around Kid the third. Ron's in the middle, trying to go high five-hole. Chiliano crouched down enough, and now Hossack's pass got picked off by Owen Ron. 13 goals on the season. The kid can ball.
On another great example there, Cody, teams are now aware that Saskatchewan is looking to push it up the floor at all times. They've got a couple guys just lurking around, or they're great in reverse transition to completely mitigate that advantage.
Saris inside feed. Ron's there, and he scores. 4-0 Mammoth.
The reverse broadcaster jinx, Cody, as you said, the kind of season that Owen Ron is having so far, his 14th of the year for the Orangeville product, and you can hear a pin drop inside of SaskTel Center as the Mammoth exercising demons of past from this building. Again, just a defensive breakdown here. You see, Ron is able to come down the middle untouched. Hossack can't catch up. His man went unmarked. Ron right down Main Street and right past Frank Chiliano, and it is quiet in here right now, Cody.
4 goals on 10 shots for the visitors out of Denver. Pilato, another face-off win, another loose ball for Jordan Gillis as well. Minute 30 left to go, quarter number what? Mammoth haven't won here in a few years. Saskatchewan very dominant of late and home against this Mammoth side. Bucktooth. Hanna sets the pick now. It was open in the middle for a second. Feed finds McIntosh. That's the right elbow save by Frank Chiliano, and he'll settle it down. Brock Haley up top. Austin Shanks, who has Robert Church off the bench. Rusher coming off of a bye week here. The rust might be showing. Shanks now trying to feed Mans. 5 on the shot clock. Mans got pushed in by Stevens.
Stevens showing off his big frame in this one, absorbing a hit earlier from Mike Messenger and then just brushing off Zach Mans.
Hanna now drives straight towards the net, and Chiliano comes out and makes himself big to make the stop. Rush now have about a 6-second differential game clock and shot clock, so they won't be able to pull the goaltender. Ryan Keenan holds on to it. 34 goals for him. One-hand flip over the head of Walter. Church has it up top. Backdoor. Keenan, quick stick goes wide. Zawada, 2 on the shot clock, just flips it down, and then he takes a cross check right in front of that Colorado bench. Got to get that gate closed or that could get ugly. Now Dylan Ward's going to go to the bench. They'll have 6 seconds for a 6-on-5 play here. Malcolm has it as it's blown in. Throws a long ball. Up top, McIntosh was there. Will Malcolm gets it on the roll. Bounces it on goal. Not sure it'll count as a save for Frank Scigliano, but he will keep it out as quarter number 1 comes to a close. All Colorado Mammoth. Will Malcolm back-to-back goals to open it up. McIntosh and Ron with the others. They lead by 4 in Saskatchewan.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in SaskTel Center. 11 shots from the Saskatchewan Rush and 0 goals. That is the power of goalie Dylan Ward, who seems to be receiving a milestone almost every game he plays lately. He advanced to number 7 all-time, courtesy of his 91st recorded win. So he's number 7 in all-time goaltender wins now. He had his 200th game, and if he makes 34 saves tonight, he'll pass Anthony Cosmo for 3rd all-time in NLL goalie saves. Now, his record against Saskatchewan, as you just saw there, not actually that great. He's averaging about 10 goals a game in the last 4 games against Saskatchewan. But the one thing that his coach, Patrick Coyle, told me was that he's a competitor. He doesn't love to win. He hates to lose. So you're looking for that big rivalry here in the NLL. Well, Dylan Ward's got a lot of fuel for his fire.
Big game goaltender. Wouldn't trade Ward if you ask me, but he has stepped up big with first place on the line. We've got an injury here off the face-off. 6 seconds in, and a Mammoth player's down.
Yeah, it looks like it's Matthew Pilato. Their face-off man has gone down after being tied up there with Jake Naso. We'll get a second look at it here, but this does not look good, especially how dominant he's been early on in this one. Jake Naso coming in at above 60%. We're going to get a great look here off the draw. Both men just battling. And he goes down on the arm. Looks like we're going to get a close-up look here. Looks like it might be something with that right arm. I hate to speculate, but he went down in an awful hurry there, Cody. He's now asking for help to get up. Bad sign here for the Mammoth, as they've been able to completely eradicate the ability of Jake Naso to pick up so many extra possessions here for Saskatchewan. And you want a guy like Pilato out there winning draw after draw after draw, especially when you're up to 4-0. So the injury bug continues to bite Colorado in crucial spots. Of course, Andrew Q is out for tonight. Now Pilato down on the floor. Heather Morrison telling us it looks like it's a right shoulder injury. As the training staff, you can see him coming off the floor, attending to that right arm. So it'll be rush ball now.
Josh Zawada with it as he hands it off for Zach Mance. Rush shut out in that opening quarter. Clark Walter, big windup. Ball got blocked by Jeffrey. Got the rebound back, and a triple team dislodges it from him. Colorado does have a pretty good backup option in Tim Edwards to take draws for the team last few years. He's able to step up if needed. But we'll keep an eye on Pilato and give you an update when we know more. McIntosh, 1 goal in the opening quarter, has Jack Hanna up high. He'll wheel around Holden Garland. Hanna still with it. Dunk attempt. Frank Scigliano, robbery on the back door.
What a save, Frank Scigliano coming across. And that's huge too, Cody, as his team is still being held off the scoreboard. You hate to see them fall behind any further for Frank Scigliano. Maybe that save can turn around the momentum a bit.
Austin Shanks opts out of shooting. Now it's Zach Mance. Mance trying to go low. Ward makes a save, and Walter couldn't scoop up the loose ball.
Shocker, Walter in on the dirty areas. You've already seen him take a couple of hits from that Colorado defense, but they're aware of where he is. They're aware of where everybody is right now. They're suffocating this Rush offense.
Will Malcolm, 79 points on the season. McIntosh bounces it wide.
He did not miss by much there, Cody. Almost at his second of the contest.
Accioni for Mans. Back to Accioni. Zach Mans now walks inside and he scores. Oh no, they'll say Accioni cut through the crease. It's getting waved off. Colorado has possession, and the Rush will see if they challenge it here. They have 30 seconds to do so. Chester has the rock far side for Colorado. Boo Birds rain down. Chester inside Hannah. Hannah's going to cut for a crease dive. Shot goes wide. Knocked the rebound to his teammate, though, in Chester. It's still on the turf. And Hosick will boot this forward for Saskatchewan.
The fans still fired up about the no-goal call, but I took a look down from our vantage point here, and co-head coach Jimmy Quinlan took out the old tablet, took a look, decided not to challenge. So he's got a closer look than just about anybody here outside of you fine folks in your living room right now.
Jameson Bucktooth up top for Owen Raw. Orangeville product. Down to the corner. McIntosh is behind the net. 5 on the shot clock. 1-on-1 with Garland. McIntosh now. Put it on goal. Shiliano makes the save, and he'll scoop it up in the crease. Mans off the bench. Zawada and Walter join him. Walter had 7 assists in a 17-12 win for Saskatchewan over Colorado last year. Has it in the corner now. Mans up top. Now it's Zawada. Zawada for Walter, and that one got knocked out. Keenan has it. 3 to shoot. Just dumps it in the corner.
Colorado defense just doing everything they can against Saskatchewan, and so far coming out on top. To me, this is a battle for first place, and Colorado looking like the first place club. Saskatchewan much less so early on in this one, Cody.
Playoffs game for them. That's what it feels like, and you can tell Andrew McBride and company have their squad set and dialed. Hosick now up for Adam Jay. Keenan's off the bench, and Jay will offload it for Hosick. Austin Shanks has to backpedal away. Will Malcolm's back on defense for a shift. Shanks for Walter. Ryan Keenan now. Back for Shanks. Mans now. Long pass. Keenan shot. Ward makes a save and rebound. Grabbed by Cook.
Saskatchewan builds their defense to be able to score in transition, but Colorado, this is just textbook reverse transition. Every time Saskatchewan's anywhere near the floor, boom, out come the proper defenders for Colorado, mitigating that transition attack.
Chester across the floor. Saris bounces that one into row 7. The Rush are looking to swing the ball a little bit more and get to the middle a little bit more after their 7-goal outing versus Buffalo, and so far they're struggling to do both. Messenger now, huge pick, about 10 feet in front of the referee, and he's going to go as Robert Church is going to take a delay of game call here.
And he's also going to be added 2 more for unsportsmanlike conduct from the looks of it here, Cody. Hang on, let's get the announcement.
Saskatchewan original minor penalty, 2 minutes delay game, followed by 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct. 4 minutes on the clock, Colorado ball.
Can you tell this Rush team might be a little frustrated, Cody? We get a look here, Robert Church. There's Messenger setting a pick, thought maybe he was trying to send a message. I mean, he was right in front of the
But he takes a healthy hack. That was not on his stick moments before.
Yeah, Messenger letting some of that rage out, if you will, and then unhappy with the entire situation was Church crosses the line. Now he'll sit for 4 or less in the bin of sin.
Messenger now, big shot block on Malcolm, and he flips it up. Hosick's going to run on it here. We'll see if he opts to kill some clock. Malcolm's got him in a bear hug, and the ball drops free.
The king of caused turnovers, turning that ball over to Will Malcolm. That man came to play tonight, Cody. He's been an absolute star so far.
Malcolm up on the restraining line. Hannah's out there as well. McIntosh, the righty shooter. Hannah has a lane. Shiliano's got to drop down to make the save.
Colorado's power play already with 1 goal in this game, coming in 5th in the league. Saskatchewan's penalty kill at 61%, 4th in the league. Cody?
1 for 1. Will Malcolm had that goal. That was the opening one of the contest. Brock Haley now swim move. Ends up behind the net. Stevens still chasing him down. 7 to shoot. Zawana with it. Inside feed for Mans, who gets crushed by Stevens. And that one's going to hurt. This man's slow to get up.
Yeah, it looks like Zach Mans took the worst of that for sure, but he goes to the bench a little gingerly, but appears as though he'll be okay.
Price you pay for getting to the middle. It's a man's league in the NLL, none finer. Chester up top now. Quick stick, puck to stopped by Chiliano. Chester takes a look at the reset. They still have over 2 minutes left in this power play here. Saris for Hannah. Hard pick set on Boudreau. Dunk it tapped, and it goes. Bucktooth with an absolute beauty for his first. It's 5-0 Mammoth.
From behind the net to the front, he goes full Superman as Jamison Bucktooth. What a play and what a goal, Cody.
I'm not sure you're going to find many better first NLL goals than that one.
Oh, no, certainly. Go grab the ball there, Mr. Bucktooth. What a first career goal. Gets Chiliano in a blender as Colorado goes to a look that worked so well against Saskatchewan a lot last year. The bench is fired up for the young man. His first career goal. And somebody dial up Sports Center because it belongs on there.
Second power play goal of the game for Colorado as well, as they have dominated the opening 21 minutes and change here on Co-op Field. And now Naso gets held on to by Edwards. Gillis grabs the ball and the power play goes back to work. Robert Church still in the sin bin for 1:45 or less. Hannah in the shooter spot. Hossack got a stick on the pass. Malcolm now, bottom side. Hannah again inside, they score. It's Braden Saris this time, and it's half a dozen for the visitors out of Denver.
Coming into this one, Colorado had scored 32 power play goals, up now to 35 with a hat trick of power play markers in this one, completely taking the home crowd out of it and definitely crushing the narrative that this has been a bad place to play for them. Nice little behind the back pass. Don't you love seeing those from Jack Hannah? Just a beauty of a pass, and of course on the power play you're going to have more time and space, and there we go, 6-0 Cody. Also by far the longest the Rush have gone without scoring a goal to open a game in this one. Previous high took them until the 4:15 mark of the second quarter in a game early this season against Ottawa to score.
Face-off violation called on Edwards, and now Garland and Hope are getting into it. The Rush need a spark here, and this could be exactly what happened. It brought a little bit of life back to the floor, but it's the...
Welcome back. 6-0 Colorado leads Saskatchewan, and trying to give their team some life right as we went to the commercial break. Holden Garland of the Saskatchewan Rush starting to engage with Robert Hope and other players there from the Colorado Mammoth. Everybody getting in there. Adam J giving a little face wash. Mike Messenger making some dinner reservations there. Anything to fire this team up. The Rush have lost 4 of their last 5 games and look like a frustrated bunch so far tonight. Starting with that, starting to boil over. Out of all of that, Holden Garland is going to go to the bin of sin. So the Mammoth power play, 3 for 3 already tonight, gets a 4th crack at it in this first half.
Another man advantage for Colorado as Jimmy Quinlan gets an explanation. Looks like he doesn't exactly love it, and Rush Nation let everyone know their opinions as well. But Colorado, another chance where their last 2 have been up a man.
Yeah, Cody, this Colorado power play has been outstanding in this one. And now we're getting also the other co-head coach, Derek Keenan, asking for some sort of explanation from our officiating crew. But you can tell this Rush team feels heavy right now. Losses in 4 of their last 5 to really fall back to the pack. And now tonight, with a loss, you could end up as the 4 seed all of a sudden. You've been in cruise control. You've been riding around all season long, and now push comes to shove, getting late in the season, wheels starting to fall off a little bit here for Saskatchewan. You're starting to see that a bit in their play so far tonight, Cody.
With how close the standings are right now, I believe either team could end as low as 6th place in the league.
Certainly, you and I were texting all week trying to figure out all the different scenarios. There's too many for our tiny brains to process. We'll leave it up to the experts to give us the whole summary before we come into the last week of the regular season, Cody. But it's absolute chaos.
Bucktooth and Saris have the latest on the man advantage, and Colorado gets another one. Saris backdoor, Malcolm capitalizes. There's the hat trick for Will Malcolm.
You just knew it was coming, Cody. He has had an incredible game. Starts off with the first 2 goals in this one. He's been flying around like he's got a fresh, brand new set of legs or something. I can't believe a guy is moving around this well, this fast, this late in the season. This time now, Malcolm again. He's so good at just disappearing there. He manages to hide once again behind the Rush D, and once again, he's found and he scores. 35 now in the season for Mr. Malcolm, a guy. Again, you got to remember, this is a Colorado team without their leading goal scorer tonight, Andrew Q. And dare I say, they have not missed him one bit so far, and that's saying something when you're missing the league's leading goal getter.
Winner sits in first Monday morning in the league, and right now the Mammoth are up by a touchdown. Ryan Keenan up top. 4 goals in his last 4 games. The Rush will need to find that spark once again. Mans for Haley. Haley now as Shanks crashing and banging in the middle. Inside, Mance denied by Ward. Walter has the rebound, but again, the perimeter shot continually being stopped by Dylan Ward right now. Keenan has it, Walter's on his side. Pass over to Haley, down for Shanks. Keenan up top, Keenan's trying to drive, he's knocked off the ball. Got it away from Ward, dunk attempt goes wide. Walter has it, 3 to shoot. Austin Shanks now, glove save. That's punched out by Ward.
Ward was out playing that dunk attempt like he was the defender. That's a new way to stop a dunk attempt, but he was up for the challenge.
Just got to do enough, and Keenan wasn't able to wrap that one around the post. Chaster now gets past Barnable. He'll peel back, survey the floor. Hannah's off the bench, and Chiliano got it with his left elbow. Boudreau up for Hossack. Hossack now. Church is off the bench. Church now fires, and it's off of Matt Hossack's leg.
That is the kind of night it has been for Saskatchewan as that one goes off the front hamstring of Matt Hossack.
Zawada now to the middle. Shot goes high and wide. Gillis looked like he might have had a hold of Zawada's stick there. He wanted a call. None was coming. Saskatchewan, 1 power play to start the game, but Colorado's been perfect. Humans on the floor ever since. Bounce pass over to Bucktooth. Got knocked away from him. Accione's going to run up on it. Now, Accione in the corner. Shanks with 25 on the shot clock. Mans is off the bench. Back for Shanks. 1-on-1 with Stevens. Hard pick by Haley. Keenan trying to go back to Mans. That pass was behind the lefty forward. Ron for Chaster. Swiss Army knife, he can come out of either gate. Coquitlam products. Jack Hanna now over the top, got his hands free. Barnable deflected that. Went off of McClelland after, and now Hossack's going to run it up the floor.
And again, perfect reverse transition here from Colorado. Every time Saskatchewan's running, there's bodies out there already. They've watched a lot of film. They know how to prepare to play Saskatchewan.
Zawada now trying to get around Robert Hope. Man's now. Dropped the bullet, and the other way goes Colorado, and a stick at last second got in the way of Hess.
Yeah, that was Josh Zawada hustling back to get that stick in the way, or Hess could have also been home free. That's the last thing fans in Saskatchewan want to see. I'm sure everybody watching in Denver is feeling pretty good right now.
MCLA alumni right there as Ryan Keenan tried to pull it cross body. It got kicked out of play. 3:52 left to go in the opening half. Saskatchewan's being shut out in their home barn. Colorado, 3 straight power play goals this quarter. They lead by a touchdown in Toontown.
Welcome back to Caulfield and SaskTel Center. The Saskatchewan Rush being incredibly quiet tonight. No goals so far, 7 for the Colorado Mammoth. A hat trick by Will Malcolm. And his coach, Pat Coyle, says what makes him so hard to mark is that he's so unconventional as a player. The way that he moves, the way that he changes directions, even his shot, the release of his shot is unconventional. So that's what makes it hard to defend. You're dealing with all these traditional players, and then whew, you have whatever's going on with Malcolm. But truthfully, he said when it comes down to it, the other thing that he has is he has speed. And Pat Coyle had a bit of a smile on his face where he said, it's the speed that kills you.
Thanks, Heather. And that has proven true tonight. Will Malcolm is flying around like he just got the old Super Mario Superstar. He's got jets in his shoes tonight, having himself a game. And again, he's so crafty, like Heather alluded to. He's got all this speed. He's a dangerous player, and he still finds quiet spots in that defense. He's been incredible tonight.
Let's not forget, Jack Hanna has 5 assists also.
Is that good?
The Mammoth offense is clicking, to say the least. Ryan Keenan with it now. Rush still looking for their first of the game. Zawada pass got picked off by Hope. McIntosh is off the bench with Hope and Malcolm. Hope hands it off for Will Malcolm. Probably the right decision, as he's got a hat trick in the opening half. One-on-one with Mike Messenger. Hanna now. Down in the corner, Kantsaris got tangled up in his jersey for a second. Messenger's up the floor. Holden Garland decided not to step down into that one. And Messenger up for Shanks.
Same thing again, Cody. 3 bodies out there by the time Garland's near the net.
Austin Shanks will sting the top corner, and the Rush are on the board.
The Rush needed something. A 7-goal run by Colorado to open this game. Miscues left, right, and center. But Shanks breathes some life into SaskTel Center. Shanks, the first one for the Rush, just stings the corner over Dylan Ward. You knew somebody was going to have to be a hero to get the Rush up off the mat. And this time it is Shanks in his favorite spot. Down low near the goal, picking the top corner, beating Ward for the first time tonight. And the shutout streak of Dylan Ward is over after 27 minutes, Cody.
Goal number 197 in Austin Shanks' NLL career. Year 8 for him in the National League. Jake Naso snaps up that face-off for Keenan. Keenan now one-hand flips it inside Connor McClelland.
Trying some new bodies up front, Cody.
Got horizontal for a second, and Ward makes a save. Ron holds on to it. Mammoth look for a response. Malcolm spins around Hossack. Flip back for Bucktooth as Boudreau gets cross-checked down to the turf by McIntosh. Messenger up the floor for Boudreau. Boudreau's got Keenan in the middle. Ryan Keenan's there, and he'll ring the red. Now Boudreau strips the ball away from the Mammoth defense, and the offensive possessions extended. Not sure a reset was given here. The refs might be counting this one. 5 to shoot. Shanks will flip it to the corner, and Hess has it.
Shanks feeling good after opening the scoring here. Maybe just getting a little bit too fancy there. Seems to be the MO for the Rush offense tonight.
We're on to the corner. Malcolm around Accioni. Had to get his boots going just to play the position, as Malcolm is a speedster out there. Now that shot goes behind the net. Frank Ciliano sees it's in the crease, but he's confident Matt Hossack's going to win the race to it.
Yeah, pretty nonchalant there for Ciliano. Let Hossack do the work. Let him spring it out.
Brock Haley now. Ryan Keenan looking for some way to get to the middle. Easy save there by Ward, and now Keenan on the loose ball. That's going to get pushed out. Won't be over and back though, as it went off of Tim Edwards last. Haley tried to push it forwards. Tim Edwards has it. Edwards now towards the net, and he scores. Goal number 6 on the season for Tim Edwards, and the lead back up to 7.
It seemed like the Austin Shanks goal had kind of changed the vibes. The Rush bench, according to Heather, they were starting to talk, loosen up a bit, encourage each other. And then Edwards basically says, I've had enough of this. This is our game, our half tonight. We want to be in first place. And Tim Edwards right down Main Street on Ciliano. Good fake, and he beats him on the breakaway. Edwards with 6 now on the season.
41 seconds left to go here for Saskatchewan. It'll be Stevens stepping in to take the draw against Naso. They'll win it backwards, and now the Rush will have an opportunity here. Messenger's going to go towards the net. Didn't shoot it now. They won't get a chance to go 6-on-5 unless they get a reset. Walter for Church. Church now inside. Denied by Ward, and the Mammoth, for some reason, not sure if he was trying not to pick it up or what the play was there. He might have swung and struck out. But end of the day, Saskatchewan gets the ball, and now they get a timeout in and can go 6-on-5.
One of the few mistakes I've seen from Stevens so far in this half, and maybe this is what Saskatchewan needs to get back into this one. Again, this is what I love about lacrosse. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you see 8-1 in any other sport, you're thinking it's done. But in lacrosse, anything can happen, and we still have lots of time left.
Coming up at the game halftime, we'll get to the game interview with Heather Morrison. We'll get your first half highlights in. A lot of Mammoth goals here. A lot of Mammoth goals. And we'll break down the playoff scenarios if they were to start today. If the Mammoth hold on to this lead, they will be sitting first place in the NLL. But there is a lot of games still to be played.
And again, you're seeing the frustration here from the Rush as they continue having, let's call it lively conversations with our officiating crew, as you get a good look there at Holden Garland. You know, I'm sure they're making dinner plans, catching up, things like that. That's exactly what that looked like, Cody.
Dylan Ward has so far stopped 17 of 18. You get a look at Robert Church in there as well, playing his 200th career NLL game. Played his first one back on January 11, 2014 against the Colorado Mammoth. Didn't score in that game though, as a member of the Edmonton Rush. Did have 5 apples though. Might need 5 assists tonight to get the Rush back in this one. Frank Ciliano's on the bench at 6-on-5. Keenan and Church are up top. They'll walk it down and run their play. Shanks dropped it for a second. Now they've got 3 to do something with it. Church has it again, and the second quarter clock is going to run out on Saskatchewan. They just weren't able to get that set, Joe.
No, they weren't able to get anything going. Shanks dropped the short pass, playing a little bit of hot potato with the ball. That's kind of been the story of this Rush first half on offense. We've seen guys miss open passes. We've seen guys drop balls. We've seen a lot of stuff that we didn't see from this team when they were running the table early on this season so far, but it's been a completely different squad, especially the last 5 games here, Cody. It's like that game against Buffalo, that OT loss, showed the league how to beat Saskatchewan, and the other teams have been following the formula, and Colorado's followed it to a T tonight. They've been incredible.
Will Malcolm, a hat trick in the opening half, 4 points as well. He's down on the floor right now with Heather Morrison for the game interview.
Possibly a bit of fear for your fans tonight when they found out that Andrew Q wasn't going to be playing. You've done more than enough to assuage that fear. How are you creating so many opportunities for yourself?
Yeah, Q's is a huge part of the offense, and we just knew every one of us was going to have to step up just a little bit to make up for that. And no, it's a good first half.
1 goal for the Rush in 30 minutes. Do you have some thoughts on your defense and that brick wall you bought for a goalie tonight?
Yeah, the D's playing unreal right now. Wardo's just standing on his head, and we're feeding off of them. They feed off us, so it's good.
Thanks, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All signs a go for the Colorado Mammoth right now. They're leading 8-1 after 30 minutes of play. Coming up, myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser. We'll break it all down for you on the game halftime. Welcome to the game halftime, live from Saskatchewan. It's Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison with you. It's been all Colorado Mammoth in the opening 30 minutes here. 2 quarters of utter domination. They lead the Saskatchewan Rush by a score of 8-1. Now, they do get out to a hot start thanks to Will Malcolm. Everyone else started to chip in and follow after that, but it doesn't start without Foran White, who stepped up big time in the absence of Andrew Q.
Yeah, no Andrew Q. That means you're taking 45 goals out of this lineup here for the Colorado Mammoth. And Malcolm's just like, yeah, okay, no problem. He opened the scoring. It was 2-0 Malcolm before most people had found their seats, and it just kept rolling from there. And he's so fast. He's like the fastest kid alive when you watch him out there, Cody. Just finding different ways to score. And the thing I love about watching his game is watching his ability to get behind and find the open spots that the defense aren't covering him. He's like sneaky. It's like he's a ninja. He's a ghost out there, and he's so fast. He knows how to finish. He's looked truly elite tonight.
And then you've got Jameson Bucktooth, another guy stepping up, and he scores his first NLL goal in a magnificent fashion.
Yeah, somebody dial up SportsCenter. Clip this one. I'm sure you're going to see this on the top 10 tonight. What a first career goal for the young man. Set up here on the power play in a spot that Saskatchewan's been vulnerable in the past. He decides to go airborne, and no doubt with the amount of hang time he had. What I loved about this, Cody, was we watched Bucktooth head back to the bench and how fired up the entire team was for him getting his first goal of beauty. He just wants to take a look at it. He knows it's a thing of beauty. But like you said, Cody, it's been all Colorado in this one. Honestly, I've been in these broadcasts since 2016, and I can't think of the last time Saskatchewan scored 1.5 goals at home.
Yeah, you get a look at the stats right there. Colorado out shooting the Rush, winning the loose ball battle, close on the face-offs, perfect on the power play, and they lead 8-1. All right, let's step aside. We're going to come back. More of the game halftime is coming up next. Welcome back to the game. Halftime here in Saskatchewan Center. The Colorado Mammoth are up 8-1 on the Saskatchewan Rush. Around the NLL in Week 20, John.
Let's take a look. Starting last night, Toronto beating Ottawa 10-6. Of course, all these games, playoff implications galore. Vancouver staying alive for the 1-seed battle, 8-7 over Halifax. Meanwhile, tonight, with some direct impacts on the playoff picture, we'll look at that in a second, Cody. 11-5, Philly beats Vegas, 12-6, Buffalo over Roch. Calgary doubles up Oshawa, 14-7. Tomorrow afternoon, speaking of the great Sunday sports afternoon, we've got San Diego and Georgia.
Yeah, let's take a look at the playoff in the picture, how it looks right now. There you see Vancouver, Vegas, 1-8 seed. 4-5 would be Georgia, Buffalo. 2-7 would be Colorado, Ottawa. Saskatchewan, Toronto at the 3-6 game. But obviously, there is still a lot of moving pieces.
Oh, certainly. One of the biggest pieces, Cody, you see the graphic there. That's if the season ended before tonight's game. Saskatchewan now, because of the results around the league, we can confirm now would fall all the way to the 6th seed with a loss tonight.
Well, our next ESPN NLL game is Friday night on ESPNU and the ESPN app. Mitch Jones and the Desert Dogs will be in San Diego taking on Wesleyburg, Trey LeClaire, and the Seals. Coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, and a little NLL after dark on a Friday. But here in Saskatchewan, it's the Colorado Mammoth. An absolutely dominant start. Held Saskatchewan scoreless for 27 minutes. They lead 8-1 going into quarter number 3.
Welcome back inside SaskTel Center. The game halftime continues. Taking a look at next week's schedule. Of course, playoff implications galore. Las Vegas, San Diego going to start a home-and-home Friday night. Georgia and Roch do the same thing Saturday afternoon. Meanwhile, could be a battle for the last playoff berth. A win and you're in situation betwixt Ottawa and Halifax on your Saturday night. Meanwhile, Buffalo, they've won 7 straight as they have all of a sudden vaulted themselves not into the playoffs, but in the home playoff game conversation. Saturday night, Colorado will finish up their regular season against Calgary. Chance to maybe lock down the 1 seed? Question mark. No doute about it. It is the TSN game of the week for us here in Canada. Toronto and Saskatchewan from SaskTel Center. Could the Rush be in playing for a home playoff game? Meanwhile, the home-and-home wraps up. San Diego, Vegas, Philadelphia, travels to Vancouver again. Another game, 1 seed implications, depending what happens earlier on in Saturday night and here tonight. And then Georgia, Rochester, little Sunday fun day. 3 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Saskatchewan.
The unified standings
Love
do
it.
not disappoint.
Love it.
If you are wanting the calendar to come down to the final buzzer, this has done that and more.
I don't know how other leagues haven't looked at this and gone, what a success it's been for the NLL and how they haven't adopted it. Like, I look at like a league like the CFL here in Canada. I look at just about every league. Even I think the NFL could adopt it. Just go unified. Every game means that much more. It's outstanding stuff, Cody.
No Matt Pallotta still for Colorado. So Tim Edwards steps in to take the Dragons. Jake Naso in quarter number 3 is underway. Rush in their home greens, going right to left on your TV screen. The Mammoth in their road whites, going left to right. Zach Mans has the ball. Little bouncer on goal. Dylan Ward, easy stop for him. It's his 18th of the game.
Yeah, Dylan Ward, he's only got 18 stops. Some of them, some high danger chances here by Saskatchewan. But if you're the Rush, you got to erase a 7-goal deficit against a defense that's looked completely dominant. See if they can get anything going here, Cody.
Jameson Bucktooth now trying to go 5-hole, denied by Shiliano, and he got his own rebounds. Battle in the corner. The shot clock was reset. Now the Rush will get it and find Matt Hossack on the far side.
Again, Colorado with a man out there is Cook, the RMLL alum, out to pressure the transition attack.
Walter flips it back. Hossack drops it for Zach Mans. Now the Rush offense only has 12 seconds to play with. Walter trying to get to the middle. Finds Robert Church. Church a little spin back. Inside Hossack has it. A backhand shot by the defender. Misses the mark.
Just the awareness by Stevens there. He sees the man coming through the middle, Hossack. He just steps up and gets in the way, absolutely taking away the opportunity there for the Rush defender, playing a little bit of offense.
Chester goes across the floor. Saris stripped the ball by Holden Garlett. Now Garlett loses it. He'll take down Bucktooth. Messenger up for Boudreau. Edwards right out there to challenge one of the best transition players in the league. Ryan Keenan with it now. Keenan, 34 goals, 84 points on the season for the Rush captain. Brock Haley, big wind up, and he scores! 51 finds one, and the Rush have 2.
I talked about it earlier, Cody. The Rush needed to make some offensive changes to try to get something going, and one of those is moving Brock Haley up top. He's had a successful season playing down low in the dirty areas net side, but tonight they've moved him up top a little bit more, and he's got an absolute wicked shot. This is a guy that set all sorts of records in junior, and now there you just see it, just steps down, flat out beats Dylan Ward, which is damn near impossible to do these days. So you look at that goal, Brock Haley, what a laser.
Well, the Rush have had minimal to no success on those perimeter shots. And I'm sure Jimmy Quinlan still wants to see him get to the middle a little bit. But Brock Haley proving, hey, not every time you got to get to the dirty areas to score.
Well, and I like moving him up top there, Cody. Gives it a different look because it hasn't been working so far for Saskatchewan.
Keenan with it. Haley's up top again. Church inside, scores! Little dip and dunk, and the Rush might have found their swagger.
2 goals, bang, bang in the third quarter, Cody, is exactly what they needed. How'd they come out of the dressing room flat? This would have been all Mammoth all the time. I wonder if they got the memo. Boys, if you lose this one, the home playoff game slips away. Keenan to Church in his 200th game, burying that one over Ward. Those guys have seen a lot of each other over the years. And the Rush comeback. Maybe?
Mammoth coaching staff was looking at the iPad and decide not to throw the red flag there. Right away, the defense was saying, look at the toe. Says Naso snaps up another face-off, and now the Rush have a chance with a 3-on-2. Messenger back for Naso. Naso goes low and he scores! Naso, if you say so, it's 8-4.
This place has turned into an electric factory, Cody. You could have heard a pin drop at halftime, and now Jake Naso, the latest Rush goal scorer, and they've got 3 in the opening 3 minutes. Jake Naso is first of the year. Little stay in play after the face-off win. Just hammers it low there on Dylan Ward. I don't think Ward expected Naso to shoot there, and the Rush have life. This is why lacrosse is great, man.
Far from over in a battle for first as Naso again up the middle. Inside, double it up, 5-6. Naso goes back to back.
Jake Naso has just doubled his career goal total in 30 seconds. Naso, the clean win, had the green light to go and bury, and the Rush have opened the third quarter now with 4 goals in under 3 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen a reversal of fortunes like this. I know lacrosse is crazy. I know it's a game it runs, but this is bananas land, Cody.
And Colorado has made the adjustment to throw 3 defenders back there, so that doesn't happen back-to-back times again. If that happens to you a 3rd time in a row, the roof on this place might literally blow off.
Naso's already a fan favorite here in Saskatchewan. If he got a natural hat trick, you're right, we would need a new ceiling.
That sophomore mentality has just shown, because there, instead of trying to push it forward, he snaps it back as Mance tries to pick the high corner, and this one's going to bounce back from Brock Haley. But Naso wins it back and gets the offense set this time instead of forcing it. Shanks flips it. Church a little move inside, and Haley was setting the pick, wasn't ready for the pass.
Connor Knock with the big defensive play there, getting just in on the hands of Brock Haley, just throwing him off just enough to break up that play. And now Colorado, their turn to maybe stop this momentum.
Inside, and Colorado gets a response. Just like that, the lead's back up to 4 for the Mammoth.
And that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mammoth. You weather the storm here. This place is going absolutely insane. And instead, Jack Hanna, already 5 helpers on the night. He's going to help himself to a little bit of airspace and go low on Chiliano. Momentum back on the side of the visiting club. Hanna up to 6 points now. Malcolm up to 5 with the helper there. Those guys have been absolutely huge for Colorado.
Well, the Rush just had 4 goals in 33 seconds, and Jack Hanna puts a stop to that. And as Heather Morrison mentioned earlier, they're 9-1 when Jack Hanna scores in Gibbs. He's got 6 points already this evening, but Naso gets the guys in green the rock again. Down by 4. Robert Church runs it to the corner. Austin Shanks, little feed inside, and Zawada puts one off the pipe. Delayed reset, and it's now just coming in. Robert Church up top. Walters in the corner. Church short side. That's kicked to the corner by Ward, and it ends up as a souvenir for a lucky fan sitting in row 1. Watch the popcorn and pints, but that one stays safe on the table. Shanks for Zawada. Walter. He'll keep it hot. Now the Rush offense is swinging the ball a little better. Mance for Zawada. Loads up. Ward makes a save, and he'll backpedal to safety.
Well, you're seeing them go to the middle in a much fouler mood than at any point during the game or even during their recent woes. I want to know what was said in that dressing room, Cody, because now they are just playing like angry men.
Malcolm flips it back. Bucktooth looking for his second stop by Chiliano. I would love to see what video man extraordinaire Connor Tate got at halftime in that Rush dressing room. Barnable, he'll stay on his feet now, getting to the middle, takes a shot right on the throat. And that's going to be a 2, possibly a 5. Cross-checks the call, and the Rush are getting a power play. Refs are going to, well, they'll let us know what the call is here.
Colorado penalty, number 19, 2 minutes illegal cross-check.
Minor for cross-check it is, as it looks like Connor Knock is going to the sin bin. Barnable, a little worse for wear after that shot up high. Rush are going to the power play when we come back. 4 goals in 33 seconds for Saskatchewan has brought them back in this contest.
Yeah, down 8-1 at halftime, and they were looking defeated, and then this happens. Brock Haley starts it off with just a big shot. Couldn't score for the first 27 minutes. How about they just get 4 in 33 seconds? And from some unconventional guys, Jake Naso, his first 2 goals of the season. Both, I think, surprising Dylan Ward. He came into this game with none for the Rush face-off specialist, but that's what a good face-off man can do. And now what has gone from a blowout has suddenly gotten interesting with Saskatchewan in the power play.
Naso leading the team in points tonight with 2 goals so far. Power play underway. Mans is up top. Keenan with it inside Robert Church, and he's got 2.
Robert Church on the power play. Saskatchewan blank with their first power play opportunity. They're 3rd in the league, and just some good ball movement here. And to the veteran Robert Church, up to 35 now on the season. Able to sneak down like he's doing a Will Malcolm impression, if you will. Gets into the trouble area, gets the pass. He's up to 35 on the season, and it's down to a 3-goal spread, Cody.
Team Canada teammates at multiple world championships as Church and Ward now going head-to-head in the NLL once again. Church has 2 overtime winners in his career against Dylan Ward also, as Naso flips this one back, and Messenger couldn't get a hold of it, and they'll give Colorado possession.
And the Rush bench not agreeing with that, but another souvenir there into row 1. But now let's see if Colorado can answer again. When the Rush went on that 4-goal run after the consecutive face-off wins, they responded quick. Can they do so here?
Matt Accioni strips Malcolm of the ball, and then he got taken down by the ankles.
The old ankle lock, if you will.
Now Hannah's got even a one-on-one, and Accioni looks to be limbering a little bit there. Pass down for McIntosh. I'm not sure Hannah knew that Accioni was feeling it.
I don't think so. Otherwise, Hannah probably would have driven towards it, but the toughness is Accioni to stay in there. Interesting to see him now matched up on Will Malcolm.
Church just had a power play goal. That's been the difference tonight. Colorado's got 4 power play goals. Mans now, spin cycle through the middle, still has it, throws it behind the back. And that one squeaks just wide. Church is on hat-trick watch, kicks it out for Josh Zawada. Pride of Raleigh, North Carolina. Man, swim moving inside, and he's stopped by Ward.
twister there by Mans, and Ward comes up with a 10-bell save. And the other beauty, he's able to control that rebound, put it into his stick, and continue to calm things down and try to shift the tide back to Colorado's favor.
Malcolm, cross floor. Saris up top. Malcolm winds and fires. That bouncer doesn't miss by much.
Over and back now for Saskatchewan. They're going to get a chance to set up with their offense with a full 30 here in Colorado territory.
Austin Shanks, 11 goals in his last 3 games against Colorado. Brock Haley up top. Clark Walter. Walter now. 5-hole attempt, and Ward has it in the pad.
Walter's had some big nights against Colorado, so far being held off the score sheet, but he had a 7-point game last year against the Mammoth.
Rusher 2-0 against the Mammoth last year. 17-12 and 11-6 victors. McIntosh up top. Defended by Garland. McIntosh now, not sure if Garland got a piece of that pass. It ends up going away, and now Matt Accioni turns on the burners. He's up the floor, 3-on-3 though. Garland has it. McIntosh back on defense. Garland with a little fake. Now he gives it off for Zach Mance. Mance to the middle, low, scores! Zach Mance walks back to Watrous and lets it fly. It's 9-7.
The Rush have been doing something a little different here on transition. A great example of it there. They'll run it up the floor and then hold on, but instead of waiting for the offensive experts to get out, they're letting guys like Garland stay in play. Now you watch, Garland goes to the middle here, takes the defender, and Mans just goes low to low off his back foot. A seeing eye shot, and that's proof that sometimes the changeup will work. Great awareness there by Mans. He saw the screen, saw the opening, and low to low will go, Cody. And this went from maybe you and I going into garbage time to all of a sudden this is compelling TV.
Fans in-house will tell you that as well. And thanks for joining us. If you're south of the border watching on ESPNU tonight, you got a dandy and the most exciting game on turf. Ryan Barnable on the restraining line. Brock Haley's up top. His goal opened this 6-goal third quarter for Saskatchewan, and there's still 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. Mans with a twister just misses by an eyelash. Now Keenan has the rebound. Keenan inside, trying to go short side high. 3 to shoot. Robert Church put it on goal. Save made by Ward, and Church now got the rebound and then runs into an absolute unit in Robert Hope. Brock Haley trying to chase down Hope.
Yeah, all 6'3", the Peterborough product. Robert Hope, tough guy to play against.
Just got over with the 8-second count there as Malcolm has it in the corner. Bucktooth sends the pick. Malcolm's got his hands free. He'll get inside. Bucktooth now got knocked down. Boudreau stepped into him, pushed him back, and then Hossack hammers Saris. Long shot by Ron, and Chiliano. Not the most comfortable save, but he secures it.
Well, that one would have been a backbreaker, Cody. You can't let that one in. Good job by Chiliano to just squeeze that ball and keep it out.
Austin Shanks now takes circle drive. Keenan, little swim back. Another move inside. Keenan fires. It's behind Ward, and it doesn't cross the goal line.
By far, Keenan's best opportunity of the night, creates his own space. And this Rush team, again, what did they put in the water at halftime? It's like they finally got a hold of Mike's special stuff from Space Jam, Cody.
I'm sure there was a few words said, and it wasn't good first half. McIntosh out of the corner. Pushed back by Garland. Malcolm now around a pick. Adam J slides down. Perfect defense, and Barnable knocks that one free over to Barnable. Garland will slow it up on the restraining line. Brock Haley's up top. Church was cutting through the middle. Defensively and offensively, this team looks completely different. Mance for Zawada. Zawada now trying to use his boots to get out of trouble. Over to Mance. Little step back, trying to go high to high. Ward read him on that one.
Yeah, Ward knew the shot clock was about to expire, got out, got big, didn't give Mans anything to shoot at. Textbook goaltending there, Cody.
Jack Hanna. Cyrus trying to open up some space here. Hanna held back by McClellan. Now Boudreau soaks that one up the floor. Hossack and Messenger have a 2-on-1. Mike Messenger has a backtracker, and Edwards still holds on to it. Hossack had the backwards scoop shot he tried earlier in the game. Decided, hey, it's not time for a heat check. I'll save that for 9:30 in the morning. Shanks now has Jeffrey off the bench, who flattens him.
Great awareness there by Jeffrey to come up, sneak behind Shanks and get him. Rush were looking like they had some momentum there, but it's all Jeffrey shutting that down.
McIntosh, bouncer, ends up in the netting above the glass as Saskatchewan has stormed back with 6 goals in this third quarter. Still plenty of time, and Saskatchewan is down by a pair. Tomorrow is the final day of the NBA regular season, and playoff positioning is on the line in these 2 big games. Our ESPN doubleheader starts at 6 Eastern with the Magic and Celtics. Then the Spurs host the Nuggets. Ernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq tip off coverage at 5. They'll also be back at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific to break it all down and everything else that was big in the association.
What a great day to be a couch. Or to own a couch, or to be in proximity of a couch. Tons of sports going on. And also, I think that starts tonight, is what has gone from a bit of a snooze fest or a party in Colorado, in Denver, all of a sudden full of intrigue.
The smiles have gone flat real quick as Saskatchewan down by 2 still. But this one feels like a ball game right now. Zawada up the floor, give and go with Zach Mance. Robert Church, 2 in the contest. Over to Ryan Keenan. Captain for Saskatchewan. Church now far side. That one got soaked by Stevens. Church got it back. 7 to shoot. Try to put it around a screen. It goes wide and Hope recovers.
Just missed that near side post with the one-hander. But how about Stevens? It's plays like that that's going to stop a team's momentum. Jumping up, wearing that, probably getting it when there's not a lot of padding, and allowing that ball to stay out of his net.
Chester, little pass inside, and Chiliano with the save as Malcolm trying to get back for that rebound.
How about the play there by Holden Garland? Jack Hanna coming in at full speed. Garland able to stand in. That is a big, talented man. 6'2", 215, coming with a head of steam.
Boudreau feeds Walter, and the bouncer will peel some paint off the pipe.
Oh, so close to making this a 1-goal game for the first time since the opening seconds of the first quarter was Clark Walter.
Alien man's up top. Walter just rang the red pipe. Shanks far side goes off the crossbar. Ward got a piece of it. The crossbar got the rest.
I think if Ward doesn't jump up, makes a quick save, I think that's marked as going in. Shanks with a little off-speed shot from that spot, his favorite place to go.
Shanks does have the first one for Saskatchewan tonight. Had a sock trick. That's 6 goals against Colorado last year. Now Accioni picks off a pass, and he wants to run. Shanks is up the floor, and Accioni didn't like what he saw as Gillis was all over Shanks, and instead of forcing a pass, he'll let the forwards jump on the floor.
Well, that's Jack Hanna coming back and playing some defense. He was able to slow Accioni down.
Robert Church now 5 full attempts.
Great save, Dylan Ward. He knew exactly where Church was headed.
Colorado's defense has settled things down again here. Offense has 1 goal in the quarter. Came out of the stick of Jack Hanna. Hanna's 21st of the season. Malcolm has it right now. Chester inside, scores! Takes a hit, makes a play, and the Mammoth are up 3.
And now a little shenanigans afterwards, as it looks like we're going to see a call on Holden Garland. That's what the boos in house are for. He took exception to Chester diving into Chiliano, gave him a shot, and for the second time in this game, Holden Garland will go to the bin of sin on a loose ball foul. That's not what you want to see from one of your veteran leaders.
2 minutes, dead ball foul.
Pardon me, dead ball foul. What a play there by Chester. Now what we're waiting to see, and everybody's got the tablets out, but it doesn't appear as though we're going to see a challenge flag. So we got a replay look there. It looked close to being in the crease, but looks like a good goal. The Colorado lead. Saskatchewan keeps creeping up, and Colorado just poised. Veteran team here, able to just keep taking the shots and responding.
Saskatchewan now going to the penalty kill for the 5th time in this game. The Mammoth up by 3, have 4 power play goals to boot.
Yeah, so Saskatchewan's penalty kill has to come up big here, especially after giving up a goal and to go right to the PK. Typically not the situation you're prepared for.
Naso got away from a triple team there. I think everyone was yelling, what's the plan? And he throws a bounce pass over to Mike Messenger. Messenger now switches hands and makes a pass for Brock Haley. Outside look. Ward made the save as Messenger was right there licking his chops at the rebounds.
The Rush are 3rd in the league with 10 shorthanded goals for, while Colorado has given up the fewest shorthanded goals against this season.
Power play opportunity. Malcolm has 2 on the man advantage. Bucktooth has 1. Braden Saris has the other. Malcolm with it right now. Little flip across, and they score. It's Jack Hanna. 2nd goal of the quarter, and Colorado goes back up by 4.
The first half was the Will Malcolm show. Well, Jack Hanna, we profiled him pregame. He has come up huge so far in the second half. I know the Rush have been able to get back into this one, but both times his team has needed him to score to stop the momentum. Jack Hanna has done exactly that. A pair of huge 3rd quarter goals to expand this lead back to 4. And now Colorado perfect on the power play tonight.
5 for 5 that is, and whether you like the calls or not, the penalty kill has not done the job this evening for Saskatchewan.
And that's a penalty kill that was 4th in the league coming into tonight at 61%, and they've given up a handful.
Naso now, this one gets popped to the side. Gillis is all alone. Got the scoop. Now the ball is behind him, and Stevens runs up on it. 3-on-1 right now. Stevens' shot got punched out by Chiliano. Another crack at it, and this one goes wide. It's going to be over and back called as the quarter comes to a close. Adam G was having a few extra words down there with, I believe that was Connor Knock. Well, the Rush dominated the start of quarter number 3. Colorado stormed back with 3 of their own.
Welcome back to Co-op Field in Saskatchewan Center, where the Colorado Mammoth have an 11-7 lead over the Saskatchewan Rush, and now that is a significant number there for Colorado. 10 is one that they like to see because they have an incredible record in high-scoring games. If they can get 10 or more goals, their record is 10-1. And so the coach, Pat Coyle, says that he attributes that to their goalie, Dylan Ward. He said, you know, if we can score that many, if the offense can't get going, there's a good chance Ward's going to help us out and keep another team under that. And Coach Jimmy Quinlan for the Saskatchewan Rush says, you know, 10 has always been a number that's significant in this league. If you hold it to leave team below 10, you're most likely going to win. If you can get over 10 yourself, you're most likely going to win. Well, the Saskatchewan Rush have got a lot of work to do to climb up to that 10 number themselves and take the lead. But who knows? They did score 4 goals in 3 minutes at the beginning of the 3rd period.
Thanks, Heather. That's the beauty of having a goaltender coming into this one with an .812 save percentage. He's one of the all-time greats. Generally, if you get 10, Dylan Ward's going to shut him down.
Last win in Saskatchewan for Dylan Ward came on January 18th, 2020. Saris down for Raw. 21-year-old now. Thought about shooting around a screen, but Jake Boudreau is defending. Malcolm, far side attempt, denied by Chiliano. Flipped it up for Holden Garland. Garland's got Mans off the bench. but Colorado got back in time.
Well, Garland here barking out orders to the guys, letting them know that Will Malcolm stuck back on defense.
Zawada for Robert Church, who goes airborne, and he'll put that one off the crossbar.
And going exactly after Malcolm there, stuck on defense after he made a great play to keep pace with Holden Garland. So great communication there from the veteran defender, leads to a grade A chance by Saskatchewan.
Chester for Bucktooth. Adam Jail defend. Bucktooth scored his first NLL goal in the second quarter. Hannah now from distance. That's a kick save, and now Jake has to peel himself off up the carpet. Drops it for Hosek. Keenan, short side, had a little bit of room there, and Ward got the left arm.
Yeah, I believe Connor Cook also got a piece of that, the defenseman from Lethbridge.
Ron down for Hannah. Inside, Ron all alone, denied by Chiliano. Messenger for Mans, 5-hole scores. 2 for number 2, and the Rush are back in this.
That's the second time in a row that Mans had sprung out of the front gate unmarked. The first time Colorado was able to get back and take that passing lane away. This time, not so much. Great awareness there from Mike Messenger, one of the contenders for Transition Player of the Year, and that is why. Finds Mans coming off the bench. He goes betwixt the pantaloons, and Mans has his second of the game, and the Rush just keep hanging around, hanging around, hanging around.
Mans with 34 on the season for the 27-year-old Victoria Products. Edwards, another face-off win, and this will let Colorado have a chance to respond. 13 minutes left to go in regulation. Mammoth up by 3. Malcolm back for Hannah. Defended by Kidd the third. Hannah now got to the middle, and it's right to the chest of Chiliano.
Mans tried it again off the bench, but this time getting back with Stevens. He had him marked the whole way.
Austin Shanks, defended by Knock. Simmons now guard Church. Church for Keenan inside. Shanks now has to peel it off the half wall. Shanks looking for Church. 3 to shoot. Down to Keenan on goal. And the quick stick kicked out by Ward. Free game for a second, and now Church takes one off the ear from Knock.
Right into your living room, that collision down in the corner. You think lacrosse is a physical game?
Now Cook ends up turning it over. McClellan forces his way inside that one. Hosek has it, and now Shanks back out on the floor. Extended shift for Cook. Shanks up top for Mans. Mans around Jeffrey. Has to peel back outside of the crease. Flipped inside for Shanks, and he had a defender all on his arms there. Edwards on the logo, slows it down as Saris awaits. 16 on the season for Braden Saris out of Burlington, Ontario. Malcolm back for Saris, and the Princeton alum stunts. Barnable avoids a maze of feet, and it's up the floor. Garland for Keenan. Put it wide, glove side.
He had the spot, just missed it.
Robert Church trying to cut through the middle. Like a halfback right there, got pushed. Now his flip for Mans drops down.
Not sure why he banked that off the backboards like that, Cody. You think you just go stick to stick. We know how lively the boards are here at SaskTel Center.
Mistakes are more costly in the fourth quarter, and now the Mammoth have a chance to extend this lead. Chester Push down is Matt Hossack, wallpapers him. Shanks now trying to go far side. Misses the mark, and the Rush now have had multiple looks go astray on him.
Yeah, everything was dropping a few moments ago, and now the Rush offense brought back to earth to a degree and starting to run out of time here, Cody. I know we've seen crazy things. We saw 4 goals in 33 seconds in this one, but the Mammoth want to slow this down, take up as much time as they can.
Hannah throws a BTB under the bar, and it's 12-8 Colorado.
Or disregard all of everything I just said, just go score a highlight reel goal there, why don't you, Jack Hannah? What a marker. Like I said before, this is now 3 times Hannah has done this. The Rush creep closer. Hannah says no with his hat trick marker here. Just a thing of beauty, Cody. Perfectly marked there by the defender. Hannah just casually goes behind the back and picks the corner. What a goal there. No look, behind the back, bar down. Jack Hannah, take a bow. That was wonderful.
Silly stuff right there by Hannah, who's trying to hand the Mammoth first place with a win tonight in Saskatchewan. Naso now battling for a loose ball. Stevens is on him, and it's going to keep rolling behind the Mammoth net. Accioni's tackled behind the crease as we get to our media timeout. 9:26 left to go in quarter number 4. Jack Hannah with a second half hat trick has put the Mammoth up by 4. Plenty of lacrosse left to come from Co-op Field. The NLL's March to May is brought to you by Hotel Planner. Travel smarter with exclusive NLL fan discounts at nll.hotelplanner.com. And by StubHub, your home for tickets to the speed and intensity of the NLL.
Welcome back inside SaskTel Center. 12-8. The Colorado Mammoth lead the hometown Saskatchewan Rush, and a massive part of that is Jack Hannah. I would say December 28th is a day that'll live forever in the hearts and minds of Mammoth fans, as that's the day that Pat Coyle went out and got Hannah from Las Vegas, and tonight he has been big. The Rush have been trying to catch up to Colorado in this one, but Hannah just keeps saying no. 2 of his goals immediately coming after Rush markers in this 4th quarter to keep his team with a 4-goal lead as they fight off these pesky Rush players. Jack Hannah, have yourself a night. 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. And again, what a trade to go get that guy back in December.
If not for him in this second half, it's a 1-goal game. Mammoth fans can thank Brad Suff on that one. Keenan over to Haley, and we're back underway as Haley puts one posting in.
Dear Saskatchewan, let Haley shoot. He's got an absolute rocket. That's twice in this second half that we've seen it. This time going far side corner on Dylan Ward. He just sees it there, gets a great job there by Robert Church, taking on 2 men at once. Haley has a bit of an opportunity to bury one. He does exactly that with that wicked shot. And the Rush, like I said, Cody, they just won't go away. After a brutal first half, they just keep hanging around. Now, I believe this is now what we have deemed Jack Hannah time. The Rush have just scored. He's done it twice already this half. Then does he do it a 3rd time?
Haley's 5th straight game with 2+ points or goals. He's got it to pair, and this one as well as Jeffrey pokes this one back for Gillis. Naso on the forecheck. He'll have to go off for a change. Does Jack Hannah have more magic in that wand? Malcolm up top bobbled it. He was the star of the opening half. Hannah for Malcolm. Back to Hannah. Hasn't missed in this second half. Cyrus Bucktooth got his hands free, and he's stopped by Shiliano.
Just as the shot clock expires, Shiliano getting a little practice save in there.
But as that shot clock gets under 10, you can see the Mammoth already starting to change.
Well, as they absolutely should be. You're still protecting a 3-goal lead here, Cody. No sense taking any risks in transition.
Haley again pounds one off the pipe from Pontex, and it's a 2-goal game.
Is this the Brock Haley coming out party we've all been expecting, Cody? I would dare say maybe. Brock Haley getting a bigger role in the offense, getting him free up top. Rather than getting him down to the dirty areas, they're letting him, with some time and space, wind up and shoot. That's generally a position you see Robert Church in, but instead Church has been doing a lot of dirty work tonight, and Haley moving up top has paid off, and with 8:12 left, the Rush are back within 2.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. In the third quarter, it was Jake Naso. In the fourth quarter, it's Brock Haley, just as we all expected. And ESPNU is in for an absolute treat from Toontown. 2-goal game, 8 minutes left. Keenan demands. Haley's up top, has the last 2. Defended by Edwards. Haley now cuts crease side, and he's stopped by Ward.
Showing he can do it both ways there. Haley not only a shooter, but getting dirty there to try to bury that one.
Mans calls the play up top. Walter for Church. 12 on the shot clock. Walter opens up some space in the middle. Haley again trying to swim his way, and Gillis knocks him down to the turf. Church 4 on the shot clock. This one's going to get knocked back, and Church is just going to have to dump this one down. That allows them to get defenders on the floor at least.
Great play there, Jordan Gillis. Just breaking that up. Basically saying, all right, you're not going to throw it around anymore. I'm going to put an end to this.
Ron Versaris. Back from Malcolm. McIntosh in the corner. Malcolm again. Low bouncer goes wide, and now Ron's in a race just to keep it on side. They're going to say over and back. That was awfully close.
I thought he came up with it. Definitely looked like he could have.
Zawada over to Shanks. Hands up top. Keenan to Shanks. Shanks got right to the middle. Opted not to shoot that though. Now he got it back short side, had some room. Walter with the rebound. Walter had 7 assists in a game against Colorado last year. That was in Saskatchewan as well, as Zawada tried to pull it short side, and this one bounces into row 4.
They're going to say that went up and out clean, didn't touch the goal or a Mammoth player, so Colorado a chance to once again stop some momentum.
Will Malcolm now. Defended by Mike Messenger and Adam Jay. Malcolm avoiding the crease. One hands it for Hannah. Hannah now has it knocked free by Boudreau. 3 left on the shot clock as Hannah got taken down by Connor McClelland.
The old RKO out of nowhere from Connor McClelland on Jack Hannah. A hard man to bring down. 6'2", 215, a Denver alumnus.
Zach Mans for Brock Haley. Haley around a Robert Church pick. Took that shot and ends up right in the stick of Warren Jeffrey. Now the rush on defense. Hossick's trying to get back. Jeffrey's on a breakaway, low to low, stopped by Chiliano.
Massive save. That would have been ball game if that goes in, Cody.
Great defensive play and almost ends in offensive heroics. Church now for Keenan, little back pedal. Mans right in the numbers. Got pushed down into the crease.
Brian Simmons was all over him as he went airborne trying to get that one behind Ward. He's a little slow to get back to the bench now.
Generally, the numbers are off limits. Malcolm defended by Messenger. 4:40 left to go in the fourth. Hannah to the middle. Bouncer stopped. And he got hit after by Adam J. And they're going to give Saskatchewan a 6th penalty in this one.
And once again, Holden Garland getting into it with the officiating crew with Jack Hannah. But there is Hannah drawing the penalty that might make the difference here.
Derek Keenan obviously unhappy about it. The difference has been the power plays, as Colorado is 5 for 5 on the man advantage. 5 power play goals, and they're getting another crack at it here. We'll step aside and come back with the finale. 12-10, Colorado leads, and they're going to the power play as Adam J. heads to the sin bin.
Welcome back. It is Colorado 12, Saskatchewan 10 here at SaskTel Center. With 4:32 to go, Saskatchewan trying to come back from an 8-1 deficit. But it's going to be a little problematic here, as Adam J. is going to go to the bin of sin for the cross-check to the lower glute area of Jack Hannah. Hannah a little shaken up on the play. And Adam J. is going to go to the bin of sin. A big call there with 4:32 left.
Healthy enough to run the power play up top, though, as the Mammoth are on the man advantage. Malcolm and McIntosh in the shooter spots. Hannah doesn't let it fly. Malcolm down low. Chester waits. Hannah now far side. Save made by Chiliano. Colorado has 5 of their 12 on the man advantage tonight. Saris and McIntosh. 2 other righties out there with Hannah. McIntosh doesn't let it go. Hannah again down low. Quick stick by Chester. Stopped by Chiliano. Now Messenger avoids the horse collar and goes for a run. 1-on-1. Messenger thought about it for a second, then he throws it up for Matt Hossack. Has to be real careful with it. Mans is off the bench, and he'll send it over to Messenger. Can eat another 12 seconds on this penalty kill. Inside flip. Keenan's alone, and he scores. A shorty splits the lead in half.
And Keenan has just tied his career high in points with an absolutely massive short-handed goal. His team's 11th short-handed goal of the season. Keenan's first. Messenger just waits it out. Keenan manages to find some space, and the captain is fired up as he buries that one for his 90th point of the year. We thought the momentum was going to be all Colorado with the power play, but instead it's the Rush with a short-handed goal. And for the first time since the opening moments of this game, it is a 1-goal game.
Box lacrosse, folks. If it's your first game, you're a fan for life. Colorado and Saskatchewan duking it out for top spot in the NLL. Naso, face-off whip, taking a bit of abuse here, trying to get through as Edwards gets the loose ball.
Yeah, Naso killing a little bit of clock there on the power play and absolutely getting abused, taking it all.
Hannah. Chaster's up top now. Different look on the power play. Buck2 sets the pick. Chester walks in, trying to go glove side high. It falls back to Malcolm. Hannah now. Couple step down. Save made by Chiliano. Rebound falls for Saris. Shot clock gets reset. 14 seconds left in the Adam J. penalty. Chester for Malcolm. Malcolm now. Hands are free in the middle. Pass goes behind him. J's out of the sin bin in a couple of seconds as Hossack throws Malcolm into the glass. Bucktooth with it. Hannah now all alone, scores! Jack Hannah brings the lead back up to 2.
For a third time in this second half, Jack Hannah has silenced the Rush. That is his third goal in the second half that comes immediately after a rush marker, ending a run. And this one, just Jack Hanna stepping into it. You know, if he's got that kind of space, he's able to get that much behind it, he is not going to go wrong. So he's got 4 in the second half, 3 immediately after the rush score. He's been keeping his team ahead.
Not on the power play, but from the power play as Hanna capitalizes as a little bit of chaos occurs when Adam J got out of the sin bin.
Yeah, he just went unmarked for a second. 4 in this second half, all coming up clutch.
Bobby Kidd III scoops up the ball off the face-off win by Jake Nason. Outlet for Messenger. Messenger up the floor, trying to hit Bobby Kidd III. Maybe forced one a little bit there on the 4-on-3.
Well, I thought Messenger might have had a lane, especially a guy of his size, to drive towards the net and step into one.
McIntosh up top. Bucktooth on the logo. Jay and Hosick go to work. Trying to force a turnover. Perfect flip pass. McIntosh now. Twister goes off the post. That would have sealed this one for sure. Now Jay and Hosick trying to battle. Hosick's having his stick held there. Couldn't get to it. Boudreau does. Keenan for Mance. Mance with a swim move, cutting inside. Ward makes the save, and it falls to his feet.
One of the best goalies moving laterally in the entire league is Dylan Ward. You saw an example of it right there. Big save on Zach Mance.
Malcolm has it again up top. Rush will have to put some pressure on here as the Mammoth are happy to kill the clock.
Yeah, they're just going to keep it by center, maybe run something on net here as the shot clock gets down in the final few seconds.
Malcolm now. Knocked to the boards by Bobby Kidd III. Wants a call, it's not coming. Messenger takes a couple of hacks. Little flip for Shanks. 20 on the shot clock. Church up top, Chiliano to the bench. Rebound falls for Robert Church, and with Chiliano on the bench and at 6-on-5, the Rush will use their timeouts.
Smart call here, calm it down. You know you're going to have to get 2 in the final 30 seconds. You're going to have to go quick. Draw something up here for a quick opportunity, then win the draw and do it again. It's not impossible. The way this game has gone, nothing is impossible, but the Rush up against it here after yet another huge Jack Hanna moment. May I call it one of the best trades in NLL history, getting Jack Hanna. It might be a little early, Cody, but with how good Colorado has looked, and that's even without Andrew Q tonight. Normally teams miss the leading goal scorer in the league, but it
well, he said it was Colorado or Couch, and the Mammoth end up swinging a deal that has, 40 seconds away from first place in the league? Not bad, if I do say so.
And crazy to think, Cody, that the Rush, the start that they had this season, they had the hands off the wheel, self-drive was activated, cruise control was on, heading towards the end of it for first place, would fall to 6th and out of a home playoff game if they drop this one tonight.
Would be their 5th loss in their last 6 games.
We haven't seen that since the Dark Ages here in Saskatchewan when you and I first started working together.
So they're going to move the clock to 36 seconds and give Saskatchewan a full shot clock. But if you're the Rush, you do not have the luxury of using the full shot clock because you need 2 goals in 36 seconds. Now, in quarter number 3, they did have 4 goals in 33 seconds. Anything's possible, and lacrosse does lacrosse things. Church and Keenan are up top. Church will walk it in. Shot goes off Stevens and out of play.
Great block there by Stevens. Again, that's his 2nd or 3rd clutch block here in the second half.
Shanks up for Church. Back to Keenan. Twister 5-hole. Ward makes a save. And now the Rush will have to put the press on here. Mammoth not going to use their timeout. It's up for Stevens right at half. And they will get a timeout in with 18.8 seconds left here.
Looks like Dylan Ward called it on the crease. as the team was heading up the floor. Saw him in a bit of danger and called that timeout. So veteran maneuver there by the veteran goaltender, and his team will now have 18.8 seconds left and a full 30, I do believe, Cody, to run this thing out. I want to say it's a valiant effort by Saskatchewan coming back, but I just think they were just, there's no other word, they were bad in the first half.
Can't come out like that and expect to win games in the National Lacrosse League when you're playing a top team like Colorado.
No, certainly. And Colorado's looked so good tonight. What's really impressed me, and we discussed it more so in the first half, is their ability to get out and reverse transition. They know Saskatchewan loves to run. You've seen it here in the second half. And in the first half, it's just they had bodies out there all the time.
Now for Derek Keenan and company, you're going to double team the ball, and you wonder where they let him start from, right? If they're going to say he was over half when it was called, they're going to put him on that side and then over and back some play.
The game clock has been reset to 19.3 seconds. The Colorado player was in the O side when they called timeout.
So they will put him in the O side. Pat Coyle thinks he wasn't, but it was pretty clear and obvious at about 50 feet in front of him where the ball was when the timeout was called.
And
on
who
the
else but
logo,
Jack Hanna?
Hanna trying to get away from a double team here is Messenger. And Barnable try and knock the ball free. Hanna holds it against his chest. And now they'll give the rush possession with 7 seconds left here. Boudreau has it. He'll wing it up the floor. Ward makes another save. And the Colorado Mammoth, first place in the NLL when they wake up tomorrow morning. 13-10. They come into Toontown and shut it down.
We've been talking all day about what a great day it's going to be on the couch and enjoy some sports everywhere, but it's going to be a little bit sweeter for the Mammoth players and their fans to enjoy their Sunday on the couch. That first half was the most dominant defensive half I think I've ever seen. 27 minutes keeping the Rush, who came into this game 4th in goals for per game. They kept them off the score sheet. Just incredible stuff. We'll get now to our 3 stars of the game. It's brought to you by TFL, and unsurprising, you can almost call them Mr. First Half and Mr. Second Half for our 3 stars tonight. Our first star, that being Jack Hanna. Mr. Second Half, 4 goals in the second half, 5 assists in the first half. As I mentioned, 3 of those goals in the second half immediately after rush goals to stop their momentum. Second star, Will Malcolm, Mr. First Half, opening with the first 2 goals of the game. Another one late to get his hat trick. A big game for Will Malcolm. And the third star, Jake Naso. 2 goals on the season. Not his first 2 career goals, but the first 2 goals of the season for Jake Naso, doubling his career total from last year to 4.
Credit Dylan Ward as well with his 36 saves tonight. He passes Anthony Cosmo for 3rd all time. 7,200 plus saves in the NLL. Dylan Ward was phenomenal when it mattered most. And Jack Hanna, the star of the second half, is down on the floor with our Heather Morrison.
Jack, you're now sitting at the top of the NLL. How does that feel?
I mean, it's fantastic, you know. Just put you in a great position to do what the real goal is, which is go as far as you can in the playoffs and hopefully win the last game of the season.
Gritty performance by the Rush in the second half there. How did you hold on?
I mean, you know, everyone knows they're a good team. They're going to compete. They're going to come out. We got up on them, you know, and we kind of slipped out of what we were trying to do, but it's a good team. They're doing what they do. So, you know, yeah.
You've also clinched the fact that you get to host that first round playoff game. Anything you want to say to your fans?
I mean, yeah, we couldn't be more excited to come back to Colorado and play. We got the best arena in the league to play in, passionate fan base, and we're just excited to go play in front of them again.
All right, congratulations. Enjoy the celebration.
Jack Hanna with a massive performance tonight for the Colorado Mammoth. 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. Our next ESPN NLL game is Friday night on ESPNU and the ESPN app. Mitch Jones and the Desert Dogs will be in San Diego to take on Westburg, Trey LeClaire and the Seals. Coverage begins at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Well, the Jack Hanna Show took over, and the Colorado Mammoth have taken over first place in the National Lacrosse League. Will Malcolm with a hat trick and 7 points. Braden Saris with 4 points of his own, but Jack Hanahan 8 to top the tables. Dylan Ward with 35 saves tonight, and the Mammoth finish up 13-11. For myself, Cody Jansen, John Fraser, Heather Morrison, the entire production crew here in Saskatchewan. Enjoy your Saturday night.